Now the switch. Murray on him now. James just dribbling. James going after Murray. Finds KCP. Extra pass. Here's Caruso for three. No! And the ball loose, and now Green, and it's blocked by Murray. 2.1 seconds. 1 seconds remaining. Denver a foul to give. Jokic trying to disrupt Rondo. He puts it in. Here's Davis, 4-3 in the win. Oh, it's good! Anthony Davis has won it for the Lakers!
Hey, Anthony, after you hit the shot, it looked like on the video that you mouthed Kobe. Not sure if that was actually the case, but wanted to ask you your feeling and just take us through that moment.
I did. Obviously wearing the jerseys. He's hit countless shots like that, to win games, regular season playoffs, finals. But it's a special one for me, special one for my teammates. I told Bron that in LA, right before the hiatus, against the Brooklyn Nets, and same spot, slightly different play, and I missed a shot, and I was upset at myself. He said, "Man, we gonna live or die with you shooting that shot," and I got the same opportunity tonight and was able to make it. But it's a special moment for me, special moment for the team, especially in a situation like this. Trying to go up 2-0 against a special team who's great competitors and going to fight for the entire 48 minutes. So to do something like that, and in the jersey we wore tonight, it just makes it even more special.
What's up, YouTube? It's Brent and Dean back again, another episode of Mid-Range Game, and we just finished watching Anthony Davis crush the souls of the Denver Nuggets. Yikes! What do you think?
That was crazy. That was crazy. I had a knife in my hand washing dishes when I saw the shot go down, and I'm glad I didn't hurt myself because it was ridiculous.
Multitasking. That's what I like to see. I like to see it.
But what the Nuggets were kind of missing, what they normally have, is they generally get a lot of help from their role players. I think that's where they kind of struggled there. Dozier was missing free throws, especially late in the game, which is a new position for him, I guess, to be playing fourth quarter in a ball game. You can always count the mistakes all the way through the game to figure out how you made it to that one moment.
They're still a young team, but the problem is that how many second halves is LeBron going to have like this? He carried the Lakers in the first half. He looked great. And honestly, Nuggets probably would have been winning at halftime if LeBron didn't have a monster first half. But he looked gas in the fourth quarter. He did not have... he airballed a three. He slipped on the court, which, that might not have been his fault, but he just looked out of sync. Right. And it was AD that really, I kept thinking to myself, I'm like, look, I know you're LeBron, but AD has it going.
Right.
And when we did our Western Conference preview, my X factor was Anthony Davis needed to become the face of this team. Like, he needs to be either above where LeBron is at, or at least equal to him. And I think in this game he was definitely equal, because LeBron had the first half that carried them and kept them in the game, and then AD had a monster second half to and obviously hit the game winner.
Right.
On Nuggets' behalf, like you were saying, I'm sure they were upset. You rather get blown out, I think, than lose like this. To come all the way back. Murray did his thing. Jokic backed down AD. I think the broadcaster said he made AD look like a JV player on the play right before
he backed
that.
Him up in the wing. Yeah.
But they let Danny Green get the rebound, and then he got a shot block. But if they don't get the rebound, then they win. So if they had gotten that rebound, the game is over.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just what a shot, what a game. But I think the Nuggets should really be pissed off, and you wonder, a younger team, yes, they've come back from 3-1 against two other teams. The Lakers are not the Jazz, and they're not the Clippers. Right. You cannot go down 3-1 to this team and expect to win. It's just not going to happen.
No, and that it should be that way. The higher you get into the playoffs, right? The deeper you get into the playoffs, these teams are teams that you do not want to fall behind against. Jokic, man, what in the fourth quarter? Didn't he run like 11 straight points or something like that? Like he was just their offense. He was carrying them, and it's what you love to see from him because there's so much criticism about Jokic. There's games where he just doesn't even show up sometimes. So he's been really playing well in the playoffs. A lot of it may be all this weight loss that he had during the quarantine. Like he's in shape. Yeah, I mean, like he played the whole game and he's still in good shape. You know, he's not really gassed at the end. He's carrying the team, which he's had to do pretty much most of the game. He played 39 minutes and Murray played 44. And Murray was doing his thing. I mean, I don't expect Murray to score 40-something against the Lakers just because they have defenders that are bigger than him. So his points are coming a lot harder. I mean, he made like 2 circus shot layups that he got to the basket and completed them. And so I don't really have any things for the Nuggets to do better other than, you know, try to hit those free throws they can do and defense maybe. But I mean, they played their hearts out.
Yeah, their second half, their defense, I thought was fine. I thought the Lakers just like did one of those Laker things sometimes where they looked bored. Playoff Rondo was non-existent in this game. He looked terrible. Kuzma got called out by the broadcasters. At one point, Michael Porter Jr., their only other player in double digits with 15, he scored on Kuzma, and Kuzma comes down and takes a terrible shot. And I think it was Weber. Was Weber calling the game? Anyway, he was like, look, just because you get scored on does not mean you get to come back down and take a bad shot. KCP played really well, and even though Caruso doesn't shoot the ball well, his defensive effort, he really helped. Him and AD, you know, were what kept this team going. And you have a guy like Danny Green. He's just fallen off a cliff. Now his plus minus was good in this game, but that's a lie. If you watch this game, that's why sometimes these analytics I think throw people off. If you watch this game, Danny Green was terrible. You know, sometimes you win that game that you probably shouldn't have won. And like you said, if Dozier hits his free throws, they win this game. And if they get that rebound at the end, they win this game. But they didn't. They drew up a good play. Plumlee just stops guarding AD, and AD hits a shot. And you know that's game. And he yells Kobe. That was one of my favorite parts. I don't know if you saw that, but he yelled.
I saw him yell something. I didn't know what he yelled.
Oh, and if you haven't seen it, I'm gonna clip it in right here. He absolutely obliterates one of his teammates or coaches. Like he goes up to like jump, and he just knees this dude, and the dude falls right on the ground. It was hilarious, man. So if you haven't seen that, I'll splice it in so you can see it real quick. That was freaking funny. So where did the Nuggets go from here? Is this a gentleman's sweep? Did they only get one, or do they make this a series?
I honestly think with the Nuggets, the way they play, even though I said it's kind of demoralizing, and to them, they look at it a loss as a loss. They hate that they had the game and it slipped through their fingers like that. Those guys have proven, especially coming back from those previous series, look like a lot of teams would have given up being down 3-1 in 2 series in a row. But they seem to be able to bounce back and kind of have that kind of last game amnesia where they just take it to the next level. So I don't actually think that this is going to break them like it would a lot of teams, just because they've proven before that they really believe in themselves. I honestly think that they're going to give it a go again, and I think they're going to take a game. I hope they take 2 in a row to make it a better series. Okay, that's what I need them to do. And I need to take 2 in a row, but they can't go down 3-1, so they need to take 2 in a row.
Yeah, I think the problem is LeBron's not going to have a second half like this again. I think he was so bad, he's going to come back and play really well in Game 3. And I think because they play so trash in the second half, Vogel has all kinds of ammunition. They turned the ball over all over the place. In fact, they had 23 turnovers, and most of them were ugly turnovers. There was not like a you know, some turnovers you live with, but there was a lot of just ugly basketball by the Lakers. So I actually think the Lakers are going to take Game 3. I think they'll come out more focused and try to not give these guys a lot of hope. It was a great ending to a really entertaining second half. I wouldn't say it was if you're a Lakers fan, You should be happy with the win, but like by the skin of your teeth. Like it was not something to be proud of. And if you're the Nuggets, you're young, and this is a game that you can't get back. And the Lakers are not the Clippers, so any chance you get to get a win, you got to come through.
Got to do it. I think I'm gonna go ahead and say that I think Jamal Murray, though I just said the defenders are bigger than him, I think he's going to have a bigger game the next game.
All right, we shall see.
He seems to hit some impossible looking shots sometimes when he's really motivated. So I think Jamal Murray is gonna rock up to 28 plus.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think he has to if they're gonna have a chance.
Yeah.
All right, guys, before we get out of here and Brent gives us an amazing outro, take a second, hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. We really appreciate it. It'll help this community grow. Brent and I are going to talk basketball regardless, but we want to get more people involved in the conversation. If you're on the go, we have a podcast version once a week, plus some bonus stuff that we throw in there. So definitely check that out. Link in the description below. Till next time, I'm Dean. That's Brent. We are Mid-Range Game. Brent, give us our outro, man. What you got?
We're going to run the picket fence. Don't get caught watching the paint dry.
Okay. I could dig it. Man, our outros are so bad. So bad. If nothing else, give Brent a like just so that we can get better at these outros.
If you can guess what movie that's from, maybe that'll help you.
I have no idea. All right. That's put the comment below. Yeah. Put your comment below what movie that's from. All right, guys. Take it easy. Peace.